Oliver, are you cooking? Lifting family, welcome back. So I am trying to get back on track with my diet. With the holidays coming up, that's probably not the best time, but at the same time, I really need to bring it in, and I would assume that a lot of you are the same way, where once we get around the holiday times, it's very, very hard to keep track of things. It's very, very hard to stay consistent with your diet. And sometimes people will just really get lax during this time of the year. But for me, I try to find out what my triggers are, and I try to help myself out. So one of those things is sweets, and I am just a sweet fanatic. So when I get a sweet craving, I generally eat a bunch of sweets, and then I have a nice sugar crash, so then I end up really hungry right after that. So I end up kind of binge eating on a bunch of different stuff. This approach here is just a quick and easy breakfast, and I like meal prep to a certain degree, but at the same time, I don't like seeing 5 of the same meals for breakfast, 5 of the same meals for lunch, 5 of the same meals for dinner, however you break it up. But for me, I usually eat 3 to 4 meals in a day. So for this one, what I was looking at was I wanted something a little bit sweet. I do also like the taste of oatmeal just in general. I do have some sugar-free packets that I like on occasion, but for the most part, there's something about just plain oatmeal, not plain, but there's something about oatmeal where I can add my own flavoring into it, and I can really get a lot out of that. So what I've got essentially here is 1 scoop of protein, of whey protein, any whey protein you like, and then the other one is more of like a meal replacement plant protein. I found it on sale at Vitamin Shop, so I went with 1 scoop of that, which was somewhere around like 11 grams of protein, 13 grams of carbs, and like 1 gram of fat. And then the protein is just more of a standard whey protein that was a vanilla flavor. And then I used 1.5 servings of quick oats. And you can use regular oats if you want to, just because this is not a pre-prep thing. You can use this as an overnight oats sort of a setup if you wanted to, but for me, it's easier to get this set up right now and show you as I'm going through it. So then the other thing is half and half. I probably could have went with just standard whipping cream here, but sometimes when I have certain things that have a lot of calories, I tend to go a little bit overboard. Peanut butter is one of those things where I tend to have issues with controlling myself, and I'm trying to get better at that, but that's where something like this, lighter on the calories, is going to be a nice step into the process for me as far as gaining some control. So I went with 2 servings of half and half here, and then just to kind of thin out the mixture a little bit, I went with 2 ounces of unsweetened vanilla almond milk. And then I used 4 squirts of Splenda. That's what's in the little yellow bottle, and I probably would have ended up with 2 or 3 packets of Splenda if I were to go with the packet route. I'm not quite sure. Again, I have a sweet tooth, so I don't want to go too crazy and too sweet, but I also don't want to go too light and not have enough flavor and start to have those cravings creep up on me again. So try this breakfast out. Let me know what you think. Because this is a non-specific approach to it, I am basically just aiming for somewhere around 40 grams of protein, somewhere around 60 grams of carbs, and somewhere around 10 grams of fat. If it's 35 grams of protein and 65 grams of carbs and 8 to 12 grams of fat, I am okay with that. I'm definitely going to track this, but this is just more of a quick step approach. I also like plant-based proteins when it comes to baked goods, not necessarily for any other reason other than the graininess of it tends to match better with what you would replace with flour or some other ingredient within the mixture to then be able to boost the protein content. So the texture still ends up the same, especially if you're to make like a cookie dough batter. I really like plant-based proteins for that. Thanks for watching. Thank you for your support. Remember to click that like button, smash that thumbs up, turn on notifications. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep pushing.